And now you guys can give her some pats, okay? Beautiful. As you're patting her, I'm going to answer your question from before. How do dolphins sleep? Well, before we talk about that topic, let's talk about some of the very important things that you need to know about a dolphin before you understand their sleeping schedule. So first things first, this is her blowhole, and that's where she breathes from, okay? Just like this, she takes a breath. Yeah. So as you can see, the blowhole is on top of her head, and she holds her breath the rest of the time. Now, something different from us is that we breathe automatically. You don't have to think about every breath, do you? You just keep breathing. So when you fall asleep, you again keep breathing. Now, when you go if you go underwater, you can imagine you have to think about every breath. You start feeling that you're running out of breath, and then you're like, all right, I need to go up to the surface, take a breath before I can dive again. This is how they live. So they constantly live consciously breathing. So they have to think about every breath. Now, meaning that they cannot fall asleep like us. If they were to fall asleep like us, they would actually not be able to breathe. So what happens is that they only rest half of their brain at a time, okay? So half of their brain will go to, so to say, sleep, and the other half will remain active. Now, taking a little nap on this side, they will then at some point switch to the other side. Taking little naps throughout the day, it will still total up to about 8 hours, but it's small naps throughout the day with different parts. Oftentimes, they will close one eye when they're sleeping, so that's how you can usually tell, okay? Now, when they're, so to say, sleeping or resting, they can still continue to swim. Obviously, they're not going to be very active. They're not going to be hunting, or they're not going to be actively porpoising or swimming or jumping. They'll probably just be slowly either swimming or resting on the surface, resting on the bottom, any of those options. Now, that is something that confuses people when you see people oftentimes trying to go for swims with wild dolphins. They're thinking that they're awake or something like that. That could be the time that they're resting, and they need that rest. So sometimes when people jump on top of dolphins and you think that, oh, they're being friendly and they're all really calm, it could just mean that they're actually taking a nap. So that can be a bit of a danger for them in a way. But yeah, that's how they sleep. So yeah, like I said,
yeah. These guys are mammals, aren't they?
Yes, they are, exactly. They're mammals just like us, and they have all the same mammalian characteristics also. So one of them being breathing air, another one being that they're warm-blooded, and another one being that they give live birth, and also they give milk to the babies. Now the tricky one is hair. All mammals have to have hair or fur at some point in their life, even dolphins, and I'll show you where that happens. If I bring her right in front of you guys.
Yeah, isn't she good?
Alright, so if you take a look here, you can see tiny little pimples. And those are hair follicles where she actually used to have whiskers when she was born, okay? So she's born with, out of each of those little whiskers used to come out. These fall out after a couple of days of birth, most likely because they don't really need them. But being a mammal, she has to have that hair. Alright? Any questions so far?
No.
Beautiful. Alright, now what we're going to do next is we're going to give her some cuddles, okay? How's the water? Is it getting a bit better? Okay, alright. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this one by one. Alright? And would you like to go first, Mel? Alright, so what you're going to do is hop into the water for me. And Adam, if you want to just come to my left side. Now Joel here is on top of her. He's going to take a photo of you guys, okay? So Joel is the sun expert. Which way are we facing today? That's perfect there? Alright. So just put your feet down as if you're standing. Alright, and facing that way or this way, sorry. Facing you. That way? Okay. Alright, so facing that bridge for me, open up your arms nice and wide. Yep, so just in front of you like that. Very good. Beautiful. Is that okay? Yep, and here she comes. So come into your arms. Now give her a nice big cuddle. Just put your cheek to her and turn yourself around looking at the wall there. That's perfect. Gorgeous.
That's awesome.
Very nice. Well done. Yep, give her some kisses. That's fine. All good, Joel? Yeah. Very good. Alright, now, Adam, you can come into the water also. We'll do your hug. Mel, if you would like to come back. Beautiful. Now, the same way facing that bridge there for me, open up your arms arms nice and long. Just
you.
facing that way, sorry. I know it takes your breath away, doesn't it?
That's alright.
Alright. Here we come between our arms. Wrap those arms around her. Well done, Adam. Get nice and close. Don't be shy. Don't get jealous, Mel. Very good. Oh no. Alright. We're losing Adam there. Don't forget, you're on your honeymoon, yeah? Very good. Alright, thank you very much. Alright, now, you can stay in the water. What we're going to do now is your hand push, okay? So all you have to do is stay in the fence there. Put your arm straight in front of you. You got it. And keep it in front of you. Now, don't let the arm go backwards. Let your shoulder. Okay? Here she comes to spin you in a circle. Let's see if you can swim straight. I think we've done a good job. You look pretty dizzy to me. Alright, Mel, do you want to hop in the water? Or are you going to do the same thing again?
She just keeps going and going and going.
Alright, Mel, just right there. It's perfect. Taking that fence line there. Put your left arm straight in front. Well done, guys. Beautiful. Come on back this way. Alright. Now, if you guys want to just come back this way, and I'll show you a couple more things about Bella here. You can stand up or you can sit in the water. Alright, so give her some more pats, and I'll show you a couple more things. One of them is the dorsal fin. The dorsal fin that uses just here for the eye here, yeah?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So
I didn't
just
realise it was the back.
Yep. So the dorsal fin is made out of cartilage. There's no bone in it. You can touch that one. Yep. And the fluke, which is the tail, is also made out of cartilage. There's no bone in that one either. But if I go over and you touch these flippers here, you will feel that they're just a bit tougher. And that's because there's all 5 finger bones and your whole arm structure hidden in there. All right?
She's beautiful.
She's gorgeous, isn't she?
Oh, you're just delightful.
Sorry, just stay back in line for me so she has a little bit of space to turn back around without hitting you guys. Alright, perfect. She'll come back right in front of you so I can show you a couple more things. Okay. Now, taking a look at her face, you will see that she's got a beautiful eye on either side of her head. We've got an ear here, this tiny little pimple, very small. Here up to 10 times the power frequency than us. Their inner ear is much larger than ours, so don't be fooled by the little hole on the outside. And her eyes are covered with cages. That protects them from the sun. Here, you can keep that. Now inside her mouth she's got 97 sharp teeth.
Oh, wow.
Teeth. Would you like to touch them? Go right ahead.
Wow. Look at that tongue. Clever.
Yeah. So the teeth are used for grabbing and biting, not for chewing. So if I give her a fish, she just goes straight down. Okay? Very good. So if you would like to give her a fish, you can do that. Oh, by the tail for me. Very good. Drop it in here first. Yep. For me. Very nice. Beautiful. So you can see that she swallows her food whole, okay? Alright, and looking underneath, this is an Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphin. That's the name of the species. And one of the characteristics of the species are these age freckles that you see on her belly here. So the older she gets, the more freckles she gets, okay? So if you saw Bucky and Zippy, they're actually toddler freckles. And that's because they're way older. Bucky's about 44, Zippy's sort of wild cows around you, sort of talking about. She was rescued from a fishing line entanglement, so that's where we get her exact age. This here is her belly button being the mom. She has the same as us, belly button and this is how we know she's a girl. So we've got 3 lines for girls, and we've only got 2 lines for boys. All her private parts are tucked inside her streamlining protection. Boys have no circumcision except the lines. So this is a genital slit, anal slit, and 2 mouths. That's where the milk comes from. Now boys don't have numbers, so just have gentle slip right now, and a gap with nothing in it, and then just
You know, just like us feeling in that. It doesn't put her off, does it?
no, because once it's away from her, she can
Yeah.
and she'll get hungry at the end of the day. It's not
Yeah. Oh, just sort of, people poking her and prodding her.
oh, she's used to it. That's how we train her. That's why these are possible. I wouldn't do that with the wild people, but we have trained her to be comfortable with us.
Yeah.
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some foot pushes, guys. I'm about to... Alright, are you ready? Yep. Here you go.
Jeff, and where about the coming from? Jeff from Yorkshire and UK up. Here comes Bucky. Hit 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful high jump there. Can we get another flash? Just a little bit there, I can see. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry.
Now, while we might get next girl speaker there. Come on, Evan. How are you today? And what's your name, sorry? Amanda, where are you coming from, Amanda? Amanda from Wollongong. That's just my shoulder height there. Alright, Amanda from Wollongong. We are going to send Bucky off. Have your camera switched on. Ready to go. That's one Amanda from Wollongong. Here comes Bucky. 3. There's only 2 hours ago, Please start raining as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Alright, are you ready? You're going to do the same. Just make sure you hover above the flippers, alright? There you go. Got it, very nice. Any questions so far? What we're going to do next is so we have 2 mounts here now. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to play with a spring, and what you're going to be able to do is to go around, throw it out, and she'll bring it back to you. Now she does have to know who to bring it back to. Alright, do you want to grab those mounts? Sure.
How much does she weigh?
Over 100 kilos.
Sorry?
Over 100 kilos. It goes up and down during the season. They do lose a bit of weight during the summer and put on a bit of weight in the winter just to
Just like us?
just to keep themselves warm.
Yeah.
Alright. Whenever you're ready, let me know.
There we go. Oh, look around. Very good. Great thing, fantastic.
Thank you, Piper.
Thank you very much.
Alright. All good? Okay, so now you can take your
Now, I know there are a few over the football, so let's go through that. Now, who thinks it's good on football?
Can I get a crowd anywhere, but please make sure to put it in the tent. Don't hit anybody. Alright, very good. Yep, go right ahead. Crowd anywhere in the tent. Alright, now just know that you can up, so go take a look at
Now, I think everyone else is a good way. So here's Rocky, there you go, again, Rocky. That's all, let's stand by, Renee, which is one of that voice. Oh, you see it now, Jack, we're going to be blue. Of course, we're going to be
Pass it on to Adam there for me.
take it like that.
Throw it anywhere.
Here we go. Nicely kicked from Grant. Oh, nice pass there. Okay, pass on the back line there. Come on, Bucky. Send the ball off. There we go. Nice work there, Bucky. All right, Grant. Ball off the wheel now. Look at the 4 point. 4 point. Try. Beautiful kick. Oh, lovely there. 4 point to that hit. You had hold it out. Oh, that doesn't take it.
questions that you want to say about that?
That's how they talk to each other.
They communicate in many different ways. Like many animals, they use a mixture of vocalizations, body language, even leave marks on their tongue. So there's many ways they communicate.
Do they have sort of mating partners? Are they just
Yeah, it's like a Mexican soap opera.
right? Okay.
Every day. So. Not so much here. It's not a family group here, but in general, they
Monogamous. Yeah. Nice. That's awesome.
There's one more thing that I would like to talk about before we do say goodbye to you. Now there are quite a few threats out there in the world for these animals. Luckily, this is one of those species that is not currently endangered. But most dolphins in the world are unfortunately endangered. And there are quite a few threats out there, most of them unfortunately due to human activity. Now Colombia is a prime example. She was entangled in a fishing line. I know we can't do much about that, but what we can do is we can actually make sure our trash does go in the right place. Not just bring it out, but also and the most important part is, believe it or not, with a tiny little bit of research, you can actually find out where clear products come from. So some of them can be sustainably collected and grown, and believe it or not, it can help quite a few animals out. You can make sure you just choose the right products based on your research. And especially for these animals, in terms of their seafood you choose to buy, it can affect it quite a bit. There are safe seafood, and there are some we either feed them for the food market, just like them, or we're interfering with their fisheries that we do. Alright guys, unfortunately it is time to say goodbye to Bella. So hopefully she's going to put her hands up in the air and she's going to wave goodbye to you guys. Ready? Bye Bella! Aww.